First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, double honor to the elders, great millstone, and salutation to all Yakim on the highways and byways, begging to marriage sincerely. I want to get into the famine, because that's coming to America. Because most of the foods you see, honestly, it comes from Latin America. Latin America, millions at risk of famine as COVID-19 cases surges. See all these fruits you see, papayas, mangoes, star fruit, the Goya beans, Goya mathas or whatever, maltas, the rice, box of rice or whatever. Most of the foods and fruits you see come from Latin America, the northern tribe, Mexico, that'd be Brazil, whether that be El Salvador. These foods, and most of I would think, come from the northern tribe ultimately in these grocery stores. Most of these vegetables, probably some come from China, but I'm just going to read this. The United Nations World Food Program, WEP, has warned that at least 14 million people in Latin America are at risk for starvation as the region reels from the economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic. Many countries are being forced to expand restrictions and extend lockdown to stop the spread of the virus. So Esau, what he's doing is he's using this virus for a cover-up to put fear in people, so they have so they can be stupid enough to take this microchip and the vaccine, you know. And this people are saying that this coronavirus vaccine may not be the mark of the beast, but it also could try to. I heard that it's gonna bug people's minds out and make them look like zombies, Because the scriptures tell us that people are gonna seek death but shall not find it, and they shall not have no rest day or night. So what, and the thing that comes to my mind, I would say, is a zombie. Not exactly. It can come. People who can bug out in many different ways when they take this vaccine or the microchip. But man, people are gonna be possessed by devils, by spirits, and they're not gonna be able to die. They're gonna be wandering, bugging, like that drug called Flocka, that bugs people out, you know. But anyways, I wanna keep going. What the? Oh, that's it on it? That was fast. Hold up, let me see if there's more. No, there really isn't. Alright. Let me see if there's food shortage. Food shortage 2020. China, Jinping declares war on food waste. Biden outlines COVID plan on experts warn of global food shortage. Global food shortages. And so there's a lockdown in every country. How do you get the whole world under this? That's how everybody, all these presidents and kings and queens or whatever are set up. Because how do you get everybody united for a common cause like this? Unless you have an agenda, of course. Esau putting fear in these people, right? China, he wants them to be afraid, talking about the coronavirus and all these deaths. I was reading this meme, and it said 200 plus 200 equals 4,000 deaths for Esau. Because Esau be making up numbers, Esau's 200 plus 200 is like 4,000. Yeah, that's basically what Esau is doing. Like, see, what we have here is a case of 1,000 people was jumped to 1 million. Like, come on. Yo, Esau he's rushing the whole thing. You could see he's rushing it, Esau doesn't care no more, and it's going to start showing more and more daily. But I want to get into this. Some say fears of food shortages are overblown. Pepperoni delays coronavirus short. Man, that pork. Biden outlines COVID plan as experts warn of global food shortages. As of 2020 weren't bad enough, we are now running out of Dr. Pepper. What the hell? Really, man? Pepperoni? Yeah, this gotta be from America. Oh, look, of course. Yeah. The most stupidest things to update is pepperoni and what is this? Dr. Pepper? How is this important in any type of way? Esau's a joke. He's more worried about Dr. Pepper and pepperoni than actual food. Why do they keep showing pepper? So China food crisis, rising domestic prices and large import purchases Sunday signal. So so China food crisis, rising domestic prices and large import purchases send the signal. Most of the foods come from China and the northern tribe, ultimately from Brazil and Latin America, Mexico. And if they're having a shortage, it's over because America doesn't grow just about nothing. Like probably corn, you know, get their corn, and Esau barely gets anything, oranges probably, but that's not gonna matter, whether America has food in this country or not. Esau's gonna cut down the food supply in this country. He's gonna say there's no more orange trees. The coronavirus damaged the orange trees in Florida, so we can't produce no more fruit. Esau come up the most biggest lies and say it straight to your face like it's the actual truth. Esau, But before I get into this, before I start reading this, I wanna get a verse. Uh, Jeremiah 30:7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. We're coming to the time of Jacob's trouble. Esau talking about they want the vaccine for the Latin America, the Hispanics and blacks. People always say the Hispanics are not are not true the Israelites, right? But why is Esau always targeting them with the southern tribe? So how could they not be? You don't see Esau talking about the Arabs or the Africans or the Chinese, right? Because the northern tribe, are the so-called Hispanics. It shows daily because like Esau trying to get them vaccinated also. The blacks and Hispanic community don't have the vaccination, so the coronavirus pandemic is gonna keep imploding. It's a bunch of nonsense. Esau is a tricky man, because he can actually bring out a real disease, but to make. But I heard the second wave is gonna be legit, you know. But he shall be saved out of it, This time of Jacob's trouble, you see all these shows about zombies or people bugging out, eating each other, or going on a killing spree, But that's coming to America, you know. Jacob's gonna be hunted. Esau's gonna be on the rooftops killing Jake, you know. But he shall be saved out of it, People are gonna be forced to get vaccinations, probably kill you or bug you out. You can get people are gonna get their head chopped off. Jacob's gonna be going to these FEMA camps, thinking it's peace and safety. Esau saying come here to Walmart. They setting up Walmart as this. I heard they're clearing out Walmart to make it into something else, but so you never know. You got Jake probably lined up, getting their head chopped off, or something. So there's gonna come a trouble. The scriptures tell us that no nation ever went through before. So it's gonna be the worst of the worst time ever. It's gonna come from every direction. There's gonna be something there. There's gonna be a trouble, and it's gonna be like an obstacle course. Have you ever seen an obstacle course in the I don't know what you call it. What do you call that? I forgot the professional something. But anyways, it's gonna be like an obstacle course. When the time of Jacob's trouble comes. We gotta pray to Yahweh Shem Shai that He has mercy on us and forgive us for our sins that we committed in our lives and our past lives. So I'm gonna get Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heaven and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil has come down unto having great wrath, because he knows he has but a short time. Because Esau, why do you think he's rushing this? He's making up a bunch of numbers. People are seeing right through it. These face masks don't work. Jake don't believe in a face mask. Jake is waking up to that. Well, Esau is dumb as all hell. Esau believes anything. Dr. Fauci got a degree in science and healthcare. He wouldn't do that. All right. When you take that vaccination, Esau's probably gonna think Esau probably, to make it seem legit that he's not only targeting Jake, he's gonna get his own people infected, you know? So it's over for you, Esau, you know? Esau's gonna come down having great wrath. You know, the famine's coming, you know, people gonna be starving, people are gonna be getting killed, you know, murdered. I'm gonna get this, then get one more verse. China has a food problem to a nation whose leaders are old enough to have been directly impacted by the Great Famine. The seriousness of food shortage cannot be overestimated. China's burgeoning population, growing industrial economy, and expanding culture of consumerism are all contributing to a steady rise in demand for agricultural products. Agricultural products production, lest anyone forget, is subject to biblical forces of floods, fire, pestilence, and a host of other variables, some of which are right now upsetting China's delicate food stability. Do you know, I just started thinking about how is China having a food shortage when they eat any damn thing, you know? China, you know, and it doesn't make sense. Right now, upsetting China's delicate food stability. The world's most populous nation will certainly not run out of food, but prices are rising, hence of tightening supply. I can't take China serious. Or any nation with Moab or Ammon, like how you eat anything? You know, they eat dogs, they eat birds, they eat snakes. Like, how do you have a food shortage when you have a people that eat just about any damn thing? You know, it doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. That doesn't make sense. But you know, that's Esau. You know, Esau is in control, right? He's telling China to state that they have a food shortage. We all know Moab eats anything, so they can never have a food shortage. They won't ever have a food shortage. I can't see it. You know, Moab is just eating everything. You know, bunch of disgusting ass people. You know, I heard that there was a video once where this Moabite lady walking around and a worm popped out her head or her skin and her face. I was like, what? You know, I bet it's true too. You know, Moab be catching pigeons with plastic bags and stuff. Like what? Why? Why? Like, come on now. You know, pigeons eat. They're not even clean animals, to be honest. You know, Moab with a food shortage is a joke. I can't see. They could have at least lied and say they have some economic issues. You know, medical aid. You know, they come up with the food shortage. You know that's Esau telling them to lie about this food shortage that they have because Moab eats anything. You know, they're never gonna have a food shortage. You know, time of Jacob's trouble is called Jacob's trouble for a reason because Jake is gonna be in trouble, not these other nations. You know, are rising and hints of tightening supplies are beginning to appear. Things may get worse before they get better. Three headline issues are China right now: floods, pestilence, and inventory problems. You know, that's scriptural. The scriptures talk to woe unto Asia, woe unto Egypt, you know, woe unto Syria. You know, the scriptures talk about that in Apocrypha. You know, these countries are over. These countries, it's over for y'all. Above average rainfall and rising floodwaters are not just threatening to compromise China's Three Gorges Dam. Rain and flooding are already disrupting rice, wheat, and other crop production in provinces all along the entire Yangtze River. Perhaps this is why China, which holds just over half of the world's wheat inventory, this is the globe's second largest producer of wheat behind the European Union, has already imported more wheat in the first half of 2020 than it has in the first half of any year in the past decade. In a month of June alone, China's single month import volume of wheat from all sources was the highest in 7 years. China is not only the world's second largest corn producer behind the United States, it will also hold a full 65% of the world's corn inventory at the end of this crop year. But last week, reports emerged citing the poor quality in some state-owned corn inventory, some of which are years old. The reports coincided with two large Chinese purchases of corn from the United States, of which was its largest purchase ever, 1.76 million metric tons or 69 million bushels. Furthermore, corn prices in China have been rising to 5 years high, even though China has recently sold more than 1.4 billion bushels of corn out of state reserves, which would indicate there's a definite issue of some sort with China's corn supply. The USDA Foreign Agricultural Service points to an unusually early and intense infestation of fall armyworm in June as likely a cause of China's current corn angst. Rising demand. It is worth noting that year too late, China is on pace to make its highest rate of U.S. soybean purchase since 2014. In China, in June, imports of soybeans from Brazil were up a staggering 91% from the year prior. China is aggressively buying soybeans and soybean products to feed its expanded swine herd. The largest, in fact, the USDA projects that China will import from the sources a record total amount of soybean next year. Overall, the past few months have been seeing China increase its imports of pork, soybeans, soy meal, wheat, corn, sorghum, and prepared frozen foods from the United States and elsewhere. China can't feed itself. It needs the world's help, especially if its domestic production inventories are compromised. So basically, I guess China is going through some type of famine. They're buying up food from America. America. All it is a business, a corporation. More. Edom don't care about this country. It's nothing. Those Khazars in Israel own this country. Each year I heard America gives Israel just about $1 million and something like $100 million a year or something, or a month to Israel. So America's nothing more than a corporation. So I wouldn't be surprised if America sold all their food to China and wonder, oh wait, we got a food shortage, guys. We sold all our food to China. Like Esau act like he doesn't know what's going on. So I guess you got China buying up all the food in America because they're low on the food they eat. So I mean, this is not looking good for these heathens. There's this video on that was playing Foot Locker, a Foot Locker video. We're in a time of greatness. You got all these heathens panicking. You see zombies and these chariots going around. The Foot Locker ad, an advertisement. But Esau took it down off YouTube because Esau knows Jake knows that that's coming. Esau said, yeah, we can't. We got to delete that. So now you got Jake waking up through that video. It's the end for these nations. These heathens. Amos 8 and 11, behold the day saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, and not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but a hearing of the words of the Lord. So the Lord, America's finished. And people can try to seek the Lord, servants of the Lord, but they're not gonna find us on the highways and byways because we're gonna be long gone. And they're gonna be panicking and whatnot. The scripture tells in Proverbs chapter 1, stretched out my hand and no man regarded. No one cared till the last minute. Now Jake wants to talk about now they're the chosen people. You got Jake in Florida talking about, I think it was Florida, but they're on the beach talking about the children of Israel. But, you're not repenting. You're out there partying still, Jake love partying, but we're not in the time of partying. The Lord is about to send a famine of thirst and water and in the hand of the words of the Lord. But the words of the Lord is way more powerful than any of these desires that you may have, that may quench your stomach. Because in order for you to survive, you must understand why everything is happening. And if you don't know the reason, then what are you gonna do? But I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, for giving me this knowledge, understanding, and double honor to the elders of the great millstone. Salutations to all y'all coming on the highways and byways, bring to the marriage. Dua to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai for waking us up. And it's true because it's a beautiful thing. Shalom.